Hello. Okay, so many people, many students are coming to me and they are asking me for watercolor tutorial. So I just thought why not to make a very basic and intro of watercolor, one class for watercolor. In this video I'm not going to show you a complete tutorial kind of stuff, but today I just got an idea to tell you the basic the art material that you will need for watercolor and what are the basic techniques that you need to follow for watercolor. Okay, so first thing first, you have to use watercolor papers for your watercolor paintings. Okay, so if you are using sketchbooks which are meant for pencil, pastels and charcoals, those kind of sketchbooks, if you are thinking to use for your watercolor, then please don't use it because it will not help you in your long run, or the watercolor techniques will not work on those paper. So here I have this little watercolor sketchbook, you can say, or notepad, you can say. This is from Minora. This video is not sponsored from any brand or anything. I am just showing this because I have this right now with me. I don't have watercolor other papers which I can say go for Brustro watercolor papers. I recommend if you are starting, go for 250 GSM and go for A4 size. By A4 size, if you want to make bigger size of painting, you can do it in A4 size, or you can just cut it down in the middle and you can make it smaller sizes of painting. This paper is acrylic. This is A5. This size is A5. Okay, so A5, and if you make it double, if you keep it double like this is A4. Total is the A4. Okay, this is watercolor paper. See, this is Brustro watercolor paper. Now there are two kind of paper. One is hot press, one is a cold press. Okay, hot press, you can see there are texture in the paper. See, there are some texture in the paper, but cold press don't have this texture. Cold press are very smooth like this. There is no texture. In fact, it is kind of glossy. Okay, so this is a cold press, don't have texture. Hot press have little texture. So it will create this kind of beautiful texture based painting. All right, this is also, this paper is Scholar. This paper is Scholar. This is another brand of watercolor. This is all 250 GSM, I guess. 250. This is Brustro. Okay. Now, these are papers, and if you want quick painting, if you want to do some quick painting and you want to keep a diary kind of thing, this is my small painting journal, you can say, where I can scribble anything. Where this paper is also very good for quick painting and all. See, this works so nicely. See, so this is Minora, meant for watercolor. Okay, this is not Minora sketchbook. This is Minora watercolor sketchbook. Okay, this is one. I had this 4 set of very small sketchbook. These are A6, I guess. You can go for A5. Another brand is something called Jen Sangram or something. Some name is there. Zen SZEN Zen Sangram, something like that. I think I bought one notepad, but I didn't use it much. But that was also good, not bad. So these are not sponsored or anything. So I'm just showing it because paper is one of the very critical thing. Okay, very crucial thing when you are starting with watercolor. So buy watercolor paper only. Next, brushes. Okay, these are synthetic brushes. These are synthetic brushes. So you can use this brush also for your watercolor. You can go for hair brush also. There are, you if you search in Amazon and you search for watercolor brush, you will end up like they will give you search result for hairbrush. So my experience with hairbrush was not very pleasant. I have to switch over to many. See, this is Camlin Kyoko brush, hairbrush for watercolor. But I find it very not that good. All my round brush, they are, you know, spreading these hair outside. Like whenever I try to color, it just the hair loosen up from the brush and it sticks to the painting. So I'm not using this brand at all. So this synthetic brush works very well with watercolor also. I don't find any problem. You can go for synthetic brush, normal brush. This brand is, I bought it from Amazon only. Something Aurora brand. This is not a big brand or something. This is Artist Den. Artist Dens. Can you see? Yeah, this is also a very nice brand. I I bought it and I used it for many days, many times. Okay, one brush that you can buy for watercolor, which is called mop brush. Mopping, we mop our floor and mopping. This is called mop brush. Hmm? See, this is dry, so it looks like, black round shape. Yeah, the point is very thin, the body is very thick. So what happen is, when you dip it in water, see, you can have so nice thin point. The Yeah, now the you can see, right? You are having nice thin point, yet you are having thick body also. So when you are coloring a big space, then you can color it when you press the mop brush, and you can color a big area. And when you want to color a very small area, you can just give a very you can use the tip and you can give a line also. So this brush are for little bit, intermediate level. Yeah, little bit when you are you are working on watercolor for a little long time, then you can work in this. Okay, this is mop brush. This is brand Brustro. There are a set of four watercolor brush you will have in this set. This is one of them. Okay. Now colors. Come to colors. Okay, let me tell you one thing about colors. I have used many brands of watercolor. Delerone and Camel, and I don't know whether you heard this brand, Kohinoor. Kohinoor is a Czechoslovakia based color brand, which is very high quality, high range brand. And my husband went to Czechoslovakia for a trip, and he bought me a beautiful set of watercolor from that Kohinoor brand. Yeah, and you can search the price in Amazon about the Kohinoor brand. Whatever the watercolor price is, it's costlier than whatever you get in India. Now my point is, I prefer artist color watercolor Camels. After using so many brands of foreign brands, or whatever you can say, high end kind of brands. I prefer Camel Artist Color. Don't go for Camel Student, but you can always go for Artist Color. This color you can get in tubes also, you can get in cakes also. I have used both and I am very much happy with the outcome. The colors, it comes very nice, very beautiful color. And I'm nowadays using this cakes because it is quick to use, very quickly. You don't have to take out a palette and you don't have to take out colors on your palette, but mixing is little bit trickier. I mix my colors here. Okay, so this is about colors. Colors are, you can test yourself. You can use poster color also, whatever you want. So this is about three things: paper, brush and colors. Now let me tell you few techniques of watercolor. Okay, what generally the newcomers don't understand about watercolor is the wet and dry technique. So here let me show you something. Let's make a very simple, very easy landscape. Okay, today with one brush. Okay, and keep a cotton cotton cloth with you. Don't use synthetic. Cotton cloth will absorb your water very quickly. So just put some water on your cotton cloth. This place is now damp. Okay, now when you are doing background, this kind of background, like when your color is dispersing, see, there is no border, thick border, the color are getting dispersed. This phenomena is only seen in watercolor. You will not find in gouache, or you will not find this phenomena of transparency in acrylic or oil painting or anything. This is the beauty of watercolor, the transparent look, the translucent look of this, okay, effect. How to do that? Always put lot of water in your paper. Now see, this is where your paper quality comes. Yeah, when you put water, it should not get absorbed very quickly. These papers are meant for water to keep it on the top layer. Okay, so now when I will put some colors, you'll see how beautiful it is dispersing nicely. This is called wet on wet technique. Wet paper, wet brush, wet on wet technique. Okay, so my sky is done. This is my sky. Okay, now watercolor works in a very strict rule. Watercolor are transparent. That means when you want to make something very light, okay, light like white clouds or something, you have to leave space for them. See, this is wet. Now I'm making some cloud. You cannot draw cloud on top of blue or any other colors. When you are making white flowers or something like that, you have to leave the space for that white. You cannot color white on top of any other color in watercolor. If you are using acrylic, if you are going for a mixed media, that is different. That is different scenario, okay? But if you are only doing watercolor painting, then you have to make this kind of thing. Now, always work from light color to the darker color. Okay, so my background is light. I will wait for this to get little bit dry. And suppose I want to make some trees. This is not dry. So when I will touch my brush here, see, the trees are not seen properly. Just little bit. Suppose I just want to show some very far away trees. I am doing it in this way. So it will look blurry, very blurry. And when you are adding lot of water, when this will get dry now, the color will fade away. This happens with every water based medium. When the water dries, the color fades away. Again, this happens in different what you say, in better papers. When the color dries, it might not fade too much, and if you are not using better paper, very local, not that good, then the color will fade too much. Okay, because the paper is soaking up all the color. Okay, so this varies degree to degree depending on the paper. That is what I was trying to tell you. So it varies degrees to degrees depending on the paper. So this is far away kind of trees. Now I have to weight. The weight is very important for watercolor. Now see this blue, this part is almost dry. So I'm just making little bit of clouds, this sky, little bit of more blue from the outside, because if you make this sky little more blue, the cloud will be more visible. Yeah, the contrast, that is, this is called contrast. You are making contrast. I'm not putting white on these clouds. I'm making the darker looks more darker. So I'm just adding some contrast with my brush in the outside of the clouds, so the clouds look beautiful. Okay. Now, once this paper dries completely, then you can do the darker things, like if the front, trees or something, whatever you want. So I will go with the trees. So let's see if whether it is damp. No, this is not damp, and you can pull up colors. See. But when you are using papers meant for pencils or sketchbooks, you will not be able to do this. Okay, let me see whether I have any other paper to show you that. I don't have any sketchbook. Oh yes, I have one sketchbook. Let me show you, 1 second. This is a sketch pad. This is a sketch pad for charcoal. You can see here it is written for charcoal, brush, crayon, color, sketch pencil, drawing pen and chalk. Now here it is also written, many places I have seen for Indian market, Mayur, something like that. Here, ideal for acrylic, poster and watercolor. Don't fall for this. Don't fall for this, okay? If the paper is saying that this is for sketching, for charcoal or pencil, if this comes in your brand, in your paper, don't fall for this. I am not saying this paper is bad, but this paper is not good enough for watercolor. So see, these are my little bit of drawing that I have done. Okay, now I will do some watercolor stuff and I will show you what happened. Okay, let it get dry. We will come back to this. Same thing I will do. Here I will put some water first. Let's see. The paper is already buckling up. One thing this paper will do is they will buckle up, they will turn, they will see, this paper is so thin that you can see my finger from down. See, and these are buckling up. Buckling up means the paper will start folding. Okay, the paper will start folding in itself and the top layer will come out and lot of problems it happen. Okay, the paper is working fine, not that bad for watercolor. This one is not that bad, it's working fine. Okay, let it get dry, but paper is very thin, you cannot work too much in this paper, it will tear up. See, and see this paper, so thick. See the color quality also, so good. The color quality is also good. See the Camel's artist color. What is bad in it? I don't know. No need to go for high end uh, colors right away. Okay, let it get dry. We will come back to this again. It is dried. Now let me take one green and one black. Let me do some trees or something like that. Just one brush and you can do everything. Here, see? Just with one brush I created the sky, created the background, everything. This is the beauty of mop brush. You don't have to take all the brush with you when you are traveling or doing, you don't have much time, you are busy with your work schedule and you just want to do little bit of art. You can just take one little watercolor notepad. You can take little bit of one small color. You might not need this big set also. You can just go for smaller set. when I'm giving dots, see the color is going on the wet sheet. See these dots. When I'm doing the color, the water is coming out, but when I'm giving the dots, the water is staying on those lines. Just a small painting we just did. Now my brush is super dry. I've dried my brush. My color is has little bit of water, and I'm just taking it my color, and this is dry. My brush is dry. With this dry on dry technique, I'm just doing some little birds. Okay, let me show you better dry on dry technique. Okay, for that I can do is the color is still wet, so I cannot show you here. So dry and dry technique is basically when your paper is dry and your color is almost dry, so that time you can do dry on dry technique. Paper is still wet, so even if I put color, it will spread out, so no point in that. Too much black. See, it is not happening. The paper is very wet and it is getting folded also, buckling up too much. So for very light wash, if you are not that serious, you are just want to do very light wash of painting, then you can go for this kind of papers, fine. But if you are really trying to do something better, go for watercolor. Okay, so I just showed you what is happening here. As this is still wet, so that is why the color just spread out, and when this is completely dry, the color is not spreading out that much. This is wet, dry on wet technique. This is called dry on wet technique. First we have done wet on wet technique. This and this is both are wet on wet technique, and this is wet on dry technique. And there is third one which is called dry on dry. Suppose this is completely dry and my brush, I am just drying it out properly, just enough to take some color. Okay, just enough, just little damp, just little damp to take some colors. Okay, this is very dry. My brush is very dry, not have much water in it. Now this is dry, my brush is dry, more dry I want. See how, what kind of texture it is giving. My brush is not even moving properly. This is so dry. This is called dry on dry technique. When you are giving some texture. See, on rocks also you can give some dry on dry technique. Okay. So this was some video. I was having lot of requests from many people, and this is mostly dry wet on wet technique. Just the tree is wet, dry on wet. So this is what I just shared, how to do painting. Oh sorry, let me keep it open. Aha, see the color just okay, no problem. So I just showed you what you can do with watercolor and what the basic art material you have to buy to do watercolor. Okay. Thank you.